Alright lads, so today we're going to be jumping into the Nightmare difficulty guild quest. In this case, we have access to the merely Squad 0 guild quest, and I will be honest, this one's tough. Very hard, I think is very easy. Most teams are easily equipped to take care of this particular quest. Nightmare though, is when things do get a tad bit difficult, and even with a good team like this, which you are going to see today, it still, potentially does take a few resets to get that good run. Now, there are many reasons for that. Despite Yumachika and even to a certain extent, Shunsui, we have also access to Safui Untold Stories Toshiro. They're great characters, but I don't think they're fully equipped to tackle the Nightmare difficulty or for it to be a very smooth process, as opposed to other characters in their respective guild quest phases. Now, I'm not sure if this has always been the case, but from what I've been hearing, Owetsu and also Kiryu actually are using their SA2 team boost, and that's increasing their defense stat, making it even more difficult. If we have a look at the top 10 characters people are using here, the top 10 does make sense. In terms of viable leads here, it realistically is only Yumachika and also Toshiro, and then other alternatives, Ichigo and also Macy are there, despite them not really being able to do a lot of damage, given that they are, well, one, Macy's a ranged character, Ichigo doesn't even have killer here. They're there for the crowd control aspect to allow your side characters, your no-attack damage characters, to hopefully do enough damage. For auto plays, you have your best no-attack damage characters, in this case Shunsui and also Tsukishima. You have a really good support with Orihime, and then you also have your team supporters that increase the damage that you can do depending on the character you are using. In this case, people are using Academy Shuhei because he is buffing Yumachika's damage, and then people are using Swimsuit Jushiro or Fierce Battle Soifon for the purpose of buffing, Toshiro's damage output. For today's video though, we're going to try out a few different combinations in teams. We'll see how it does go. Not all of them are going to be successful, but for my very first team, we have 1000 G Bloodborne Yumachika, 1-5 special move level 1, only special move level 1 with level 10 SP with full stamina and also SP as bonus abilities. For the build, we're going with a Masanga, T-set, and also fortification build. And then for the links, we have a mixture of recharge, strong attack damage at full stamina, and also more full stamina damage. He is going to be our main DPS. Then we also have Shunsui. You might have him if you pulled on the recent Mugetsu 9th anniversary celebration banner. In my case, I'm using a golden Chappy Hollow Bait, using 3 normal attack damage soul traits. He is currently 2-5 with level 10 attack and also focus, and then he has full stamina and also attack as bonus abilities. For our third character, we're going to be using Orihime as our team support. One thing I found out with this team is that it's very open for attack. And realistically, besides Yumachika's SA2 and maybe also, to be fair, Shunsui's SA2, we don't really have much ways to stop the enemies from attacking us. And I've noticed without Orihime, I'm taking quite a few hits. So Orihime is mainly here for the team boost SA2 and also the barriers. And with that, we also are using the Mugetsu link to give us 20% more strong attack damage, more so on Yumachika. So with that said, let's jump into the run and see if we can beat the Nightmare difficult Squad 0 quest. Alright then, so let's see how this does go. So the way I like to open up this quest is by using my SA3. It does have a really good range to it. And then we can probably follow suit with the SA2. The SA2 itself can also do quite a bit of damage, but then the lack of crowd control is quite noticeable when you get to Owetsu, right? When we don't have an SA2 ready. So let's use it now. Did we get him in? I think we did, but unfortunately it didn't affect a stars him until right at the end. Going into Senjumaru's phase, our SA3 was ready, so we're going to use that. Let's back up. It looks like Senjumaru's locked onto me, so we're then going to combo that into the 2. One thing I have noticed is that Shunsui himself has taken damage, so that kind of sucks. But we are lucky here, where the character is locked into us, but our damage output has fallen off significantly for some reason, since we aren't getting a status proc. Let's use our SA1 into the 2, and hopefully don't get hit here. We have the barrier characters for a reason. Going well thus far. We have 20 seconds to go. Let's use our SA1 upwards. I think I'm getting really unlucky here with the status procs. Let's use our Soul Bomb now. This is where it becomes really easy, right? When you use your Soul Bomb, you apply a Stars Summon, and you also apply Weakened Defense, and let's just follow suit with the SA2, and you can see there a lot of damage. We're taking damage too, so now we've lost a bit of DPS, but with Shunsui in our team, his normal attack damage output is enough to get us through. That was a very bad run, I will be honest. But I think sometimes it's good to show runs like this that, it doesn't always go as planned. You make mistakes. But it also shows how hectic this quest is, where, you don't really have good crowd control. You really don't. Shunsui and also Yumachika have that crowd control aspect on their SA2, but it's really not enough. And by the time we get into the next wave, some of my strong attacks aren't ready. The enemies are too split apart. They're all over the place, and you have to spend a lot of time cleaning up 1 or 2 leftover mobs. Let's try that again though, right? Let's see if this run can be even better. So again, we're going to start off using our SA3. SA3 is actually really good, and it does make quick work of all the bosses here, or all the enemies. Let's not use our SA2. Let's save that for here. Where can we get Oetsu in a good position? Pause, hold on. Did the SA2 hit there? I'm not too sure. It's hard to keep track of sometimes. And then Aaroniero goes down. Yikes, let's restart that. All right then, so attempt number 3. Let's see how it goes this time, right? Hopefully a tad bit better. So let's start off with the SA3. I want to use my SA2 here, but I kind of messed up. Maybe I should have now, actually, thinking about it. Actually, we do pretty good there. Let's go in and use our SA2 on a weapon. Hopefully that no one takes damage. SA3 maybe shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. Unfortunately, I've now taken a hit, but we can recover from this as we get back up to full stamina, which is 1 strong attack. Let's go up here, use our SA2. Decent crowd control from there, and Shinsui's also attacking. Let's back up. Use our SA1. This one enemy is super tanky. That's also one bad thing about, what's his name? Yumachika 2 is that we don't do more damage against the Sorry because we don't have killer. We only have killer against these bosses. Would have been nice if there was like new enemies that are classed as Squad 0 characters. Going well thus far though. Let's use our Sobon. Then 3. Then follow up with the 2. We'll kill Ichibe, then we'll have to do some extra leg work with these bosses behind. Orihime goes down, that's fine. And then you can see that we actually did clear a tad bit faster, I believe. But unfortunately, it seems like the Soripers are more of an issue than the actual Squad 0 characters. Can you believe it? At least with Yumachika. So in that case, that was a 7-second run remaining. I believe I've gotten faster. I think I'm close to 15 seconds remaining at best. But that's with this team, right? What we can do is, again, take off Orihime. It's a bit awkward, but we'll see how it goes, right? We'll take off Orihime. Then we're going to put on Academy Shui. Again, main reason why we are putting him here is for, 1, the extra 20% strong attack damage for being a mind attribute Soripa. And then we're also getting 40% more damage to enemies that are inflicted with a status summon. This is to any Soripa, and that also goes for Shunsui. And at the same time, in a weird circumstance of events, all 3 characters here can inflict drain, and that does include this particular Academy Shuei. So what we're going to do now is make sure we keep the link on him to get that extra 20% strong attack damage. It does stack with Shuei's buff. Shuei doesn't need to stay alive for us to get that 40%, extra damage. But just because he can inflict status summons, in this case drain, and it does go in our favor, we are going to give him last ditch survival and also recharge in the potential chance he does die and revive. It might help us out. With that, though, we are going to have to change Shunsui's link. We need to make sure that he is stacking that SA2 team boost. So the way we're going to do that is by giving him these 3 links. Unfortunately, recharge and normal attack damage does not exist. So we have to go with recharge and full stamina. And that unfortunately does mean that if he does take damage, he's going to lose all his DPS. So hopefully we can keep him at full stamina. But with the recharge, it might actually mean that he can stack that boost. More so the Vortex a lot easier and give us potentially more crowd control. This team is capable of getting a faster score, a faster clear time, a better score more so, but it is a lot easier for the run to go horribly wrong because now we have no barriers, at least on me, with Yumachika. Shunsui has barriers at the start, but that's only for like the first 30 seconds. So let's see how our first attempt goes, right? We're going to show this whether we beat it or not. So we're going to go in, use our SA3, then use our 1. You can notice that we are doing significantly more damage, right? Didn't really even need to use my SA2 there, but then in this case, right, this is where things can go bad. Let's use our SA2 downwards. We did inflict the status summon, significantly more damage. So this definitely seems to be the play for a higher score, but again, high risk, high reward type of situation. Let's back down, use our SA2. Lucky for us, all the enemies here are like latching onto us, want to attack us. Shunsui uses SA2 team boost at the perfect time. Let's SA3 into the 1. Then 2, unfortunately, I took damage, but I'm back up at full stamina. It's going well. It's going somewhat well at the very least. Shunsui might be taking damage here. Damn, Kiryu. She actually hit me with that. That is annoying. Let's go here, use our Sobon, and then use our SA2. And you can see here, we're doing millions of damage on that SA2. Everyone goes down, but we've actually cleared a tad bit faster here. Finish up with the SA3, 11 seconds there, but that could have been significantly better if we somehow didn't get hit by Kiryu's attacks. That was going very well into her run. But fun enough, that was actually my best score. I did not think my best score was 10, but we can definitely get maybe like 20 seconds remaining with this team. Let's try that again. All right, then let's try that again. So we're going to go here, SA3, into the 1. Let Shunsui finish up. Could use my strong attack 1 hit. I guess we have to now. Didn't want to, but I guess we had to. SA1 usually comes back in time, and I guess everyone did come down close enough. SA2, hopefully could for the status summon. Doesn't seem that we can. Did there actually. Shunsui hopefully finish up without taking too much damage. Well, his barrier is still there, so it's not too bad. Let's SA3 into the 2. Hopefully they don't get pushed out. They got pushed out. That's kind of the unfortunate part about the SA3, SA2 that he does have. But thus far, that's good. Let's SA2 here. This is going really well. Shouldn't we? Okay. Okay. We might struggle here with the SP boosts, because it might just wear off in a few seconds, right? Hopefully not. SA2 or SA3 there. Let's do the SA2 SP boost wear off. It's fine. Look at that. That was a much better run. And that's a PB. That's a PB right there. Okay, we'll take it. So like I said, right? This team, when you do incorporate Academy Shuhei instead of Aaroniero, it does go well, to be fair. You can get a significantly higher score, but it's also still difficult, right? Your characters are more open for attacks. I think Shunsui having the plus, because this is also technically a Shunsui showcase, right? I haven't showcased him on the channel. I've been waiting for this to do it. Him having the boost, the crowd control SA2, and also the barrier, honestly, does him absolute wonders for keeping himself alive, keeping himself protected, and also potentially allowing him to stay at full stamina. What we're going to do next is a very similar team, right? And these are probably like the best duos that you can use when it comes to this quest, assuming you do have a character like this particular Shunsui. So Safri Toshiro is going to be our new lead. He is now 2-5, level 10 SP, level 10 focus. Same exact build, although technically a tad bit different. In his case, what we can do is use a sticker, a Sorpa sticker, since he does have Sorpa Killer. Otherwise, you would just use the Masanga, right? It is better in his case to use Sorpa Killer. We're going to be using these 3 particular links. Again, level 10 SP, level 10 focus with full stamina and also SP as bonus abilities. The benefit with him is that we actually can, 1, kill the mini-mobs faster, but the freeze, if we get lucky enough, will allow us to have that extra 7 seconds-ish of free hits and not taking damage. We are going to be kind of relying here on inflicting status augments. And obviously with that, we are using Swimsuit Jushiro. An alternative for him would be Fierce Battle Soifon. Just like Academy Shuhei, he is here for the extra 20% strong attack damage and also the extra 40% damage to status afflicted enemies. Links are basically the exact same. Alright then, so let's see how this run does go. We're going to start off using our SA1, then use our 3, and unfortunately no status proc, right? That's one thing. Tosha doesn't have an increased chance. And even if we do get the SP boost, which obviously will boost our damage, we need to kind of inflict the status augment against the main boss, right? Like there, we did that. That went relatively well, but right at the end when it didn't really matter. But luckily, a Wetsuit's coming through, and look how quick we clear a Wetsuit. Wow. If we can do the same with Senjumaru, that'd be great. SA2. We'll back it up. SA1. In this case, we'll use our summon now. That'll reapply the SP boost. Use our SA1 there. That reactivates the gauge. This is going really well. We're getting really lucky here. If we can get a status proc on Ichibe, though, the run's basically... This might be better than our first run. If only we got a status proc. Which we... No way! No way that actually was better than the last team. But I think in that case, we got really lucky. Because I actually did like 3 attempts, but I had to edit that out. They went terribly. They went horrible. I don't want to show them. So we just kind of jump cut it to our best run. But that went really good. I don't think that's a good example of what to usually expect, right? But to be fair, we could have actually cleared it type of faster there. We spent a lot of time on that first boss. If we inflicted a status augment like 5-7 seconds earlier, we would have potentially got like maybe close to 30 seconds remaining. But either way, that was still a really good score. And those are basically the 2 best teams that you can use in this current Nightmare Guild Quest, right? If you're using Toshiro to get the most out of him, having Swimsuit Jushiro there or Fierce Battle Soifon makes him do a lot more damage. And then if you can pair that, of course, with Shunsui, that'll be even better. And you very likely have Shunsui if you did decide, which I recommended, to pull on the 9th anniversary celebration Mugetsu banner. And at the same time, if you are using 1000 Year Blood with Yumachika, who also can get really good scores, pairing him, of course, with Academy Shuhei is also going to be really good, and that also increases the damage that Shunsui can do. But these teams are very reliant on getting lucky for the most part, right? Because crowd control is kind of an issue. With Toshiro, you need to get lucky with the status procs. You need to inflict the freeze. And with Yumachika, you're going to have to do some kiting. Hope the enemy is targeted on you and don't let them get close to you so they never get an opportunity to attack. Or more so, you just stall enough so then you can use your SA2, right? I'd love to try some other characters and teams, but honestly, I don't think anything is going to work here. Maybe we can try one more team. Let me see how this works. So in this case, we're going to use this particular team. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Probably not. I kind of want to keep in Shuhei for the main purpose because he is going to be given that 40% damage buff when we do inflict a status augment. We're going to then use Macy as our main, just for the sole purpose of being able to keep the enemy in place of a vortex and likely inflict weakening and also paralysis, which will then, of course, allow Shunsui to be safe and also do more damage. And also, in case you were wondering, we've given Macy weakened defense. That way, she has double weakened defense. So when we do decide to use the Soul Bomb, we are going to be making very quick work of that particular wave. So let's see how this goes. I don't think it's going to go too well. So let's use our SA2. If anything, I think the thing that's going to be the biggest hindrance here is the side mobs, right? We're doing a lot of damage though. I mean, Shunsui's basically doing like 700k per hit with Flurry plus 2, right? When in Guild Quest. And that's without being like full normal attack damage. That's with like recharge and full stam links. So hopefully we can inflict the Star Summon here. Doesn't seem like it. Not going too bad. Let's use our SA2, then 3. Again, if we can inflict a Star Summon, that'd be great. Looks like we did, maybe? We did, nice. And then we can follow suit with the SA2. Hopefully inflict it again. There's one enemy still alive. That's kind of annoying. SA2. Yeah, this is where it kind of slows down heavily. I guess in this case, this might be our cap. Let's just use the Soul Bomb. And in this case, we can also do a decent amount of damage here. But it looks like we're capped at the final boss, which, to be fair, isn't too bad. It's not too bad. Because at the very least, then, you get, like, the extra orbs. Maybe, like, 5 orbs, I think? I'm not too sure. I don't know if I'd recommend using that team, though. But with that said, lads, that was the video for today. I believe earlier in the video, I did mention that you could use Tatsuki. Don't use Tatsuki. I forgot they split up the human and Squad 0 kill quests. Obviously, Tatsuki does not have Squad 0 killer, so you can't use it in this week. But the two teams that we did showcase honestly did perform relatively well. And I think they're probably the only two teams that you can use to beat this quest. Shunsui is an absolute MVP for this guild quest phase. Being a really good normal attack damage character while also being the team booster is really, really good, especially when paired again with Academy Shuhei and also, of course, 1000-year Blood Warrior Machika, who also recently came back at the perfect time. Safui Tosho is also still holding up very well. In fact, you know, our best score was with this particular team. So those are two teams. If you have them, definitely recommend trying them. They can probably beat the Nightmare difficulty, or at the very least, they're going to beat the very hard difficulty, right? Nightmare isn't always going to be here, so don't beat yourself up for not beating it. The main focus should always be on very hard, because those are the ones that are consistently back. You know, Nightmare isn't always going to be here. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you later next time. Take care, and peace.